Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to the channel if you're new as well. Hope you're all having a great weekend and welcome to this full update and, well, very much needed updates on ICP as well. I might call this something like an emergency update or an urgent update, but I kind of hate using clickbait like that. But we are at a pretty critical area, I'd say, or critical moment when we're talking about all the price action we've seen in the last week of ICP, of Internet Computer, which obviously started really rallying last week Saturday, so it's now been rallying for a little bit over a week. And for the first time in a while, we are seeing a big red candle. We've not seen it before, at least not on the higher time frames, right? I mean, if you go to the daily time frame, this is the first big red candle since Monday. Monday last week was obviously very bearish in the markets. And this, first of all, I'm quite happy to say, or at least I'm a little bit less happy to say that in this case. But if you've watched my videos on ICP in the entire last week, they've all been correct. Okay, when like the first video I made, and I'm not saying this to say I told you so. I'm just telling you that I've had a pretty good grip on what ICP is doing. I've had a pretty good understanding of what ICP is doing. But I've said since Wednesday. Wednesday I said I think we're going up higher. Thursday I said I think we're going to break out, and then on Friday I said I think we're going to rally higher, and then yesterday I said I think we're going to pull back, and we have pulled back. Now the big question is okay, or at least a big question for me, and I think a lot of you care about that as well. Okay, is this the end? Like, can we not rally up higher? And that I don't think is true. Okay, I do still think we can rally up higher. I have very often compared this move that we've seen with ICP so far to the move that ICP made in December 2023, a very long time ago. But then we had similar momentum. And you can also see that we rallied right here from the 12th of December. Well, before that as well, but here the entire market rallied. We rallied from the 12th of December for a week, until the Sunday the 17th, so a little bit less than a week, with momentum similar as what we've seen now. And then we consolidated from the 17th until the 30th, so for almost 1.5 weeks. And I think that is also what to expect right now. We have a key demand zone right here at 6.5 and $6. There we have a fair value gap. We have the 7-day rolling VWAP. We have the yearly rolling VWAP. And you can see it is a very respected level. What I expect is a further pullback, okay? I think we have accurately called a local top right here. And I think we're seeing some slowing momentum. One of the things, and a lot of bearish divergences, but those are always like tricky to use when the markets are incredibly bullish. But therefore, I'd say it's logical. I think it's fair to assume that we are going to push down lower. And then what matters to me, and the key to know whether we are going to rally again and whether we can actually rally up higher, is the reaction to that level at 6.5 and $6. Now, first of all, I expect us to pull back into that level. Second of all, I expect it to hold it. Okay, I don't, like, we have a level at 5.5 as well. And then we have a key zone at $5. I don't think we'll spike down into that. Maybe a very brief spike, but I don't expect it. So I do expect support here. I expect stability. But then from that stability, we need to see some momentum. We need to see life in ICP. And that is something I'll keep you updated on. I mean, that is something we have to wait for. I would say, given my expectations of the markets and with the momentum we've seen on ICP in the last week, I would say that, at this point of time, I'd say this is most likely, right? So that we're going to push down lower. We're going to find support at 6.5, $6. We're going to consolidate there. And then we're going to rally again. However, that rallying again, that is the key part for which we do need to see confirmation. And until we see confirmation, by the way, my apologies, I'm a little bit sick. And until we see that confirmation, I wouldn't buy ICP again. Because right now, like I said, short term, it's more likely that we're going to push down lower. And rallying again is something that is dependent on certain things that need to still happen, right? And it's better to enter afterwards. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know regarding ICP. If you're interested in more ICP updates, consider subscribing. Like I said, so far we've been, 100% correct. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your Sunday and take care.